It's a new day, yes it is, and we have another entry in this 2025 retrospective. Last we just had the top 10 matches of 2025, and if you didn't check that one out, definitely go do so, because right now we're going to go into the top 10 rookies of 2025. These are people who have spent 5 or less years in professional wrestling. They may not have broken out this year, but they are rookies and still working their way up. They might have already broken out and just continuing on that success streak, or they have yet to break out. So, first up is 3 years into the business, Oba Femi. He's definitely on his way to becoming a world champion in WWE, definitely going to be a main eventer after that match with Cody and how successful that was. He's already had a very successful NXT championship run. I think he's had multiple, actually. So Oba Femi is definitely going to be a big player in WWE for years to come, and I cannot wait for that to happen because I love Oba Femi. I think he's a fantastic wrestler, fantastic character, fantastic performer. I love everything about him. He is so fun to watch. Next up, we have 2 years into the business, Bozilla. She's currently spending time in Japan. She's been on Stardom, Marigold, and I think she appeared in AEW for a little spell. Bozilla is an incredible German wrestler. She has been mixing it up with the Joshis and definitely contrasts the very cutesy nature that Joshis are typically known for her very large stature. She is a powerhouse. She has incredible charisma. I've been watching her since she started in Marigold, and she's definitely improved a lot since then, really developed her character, developed her style, and overall has really made an impact in the wrestling business. I feel like she's going to be a one to watch in the years to come by WWE, AEW, any of the major companies. She will be on the hunt because she is so talented. Next up, number 8, we have Sari Yamaoka. She is currently less than 1 year in the business and is already retired a wrestler. She was in Nanae Takahashi's retirement match and has since taken on a lot of inspiration from her as a performer, even changed up her hairstyle to reflect more of Nanae, and taken on that brimmed, the tasseled cowboy hat. And Sari Yamaoka is somebody who has a more technical wrestling style in Marigold, and that contrasts a lot of the styles you see in Marigold and Joshi Pro Wrestling overall. And I'm excited to see where Sari develops from here on out, because already less than a year into her career, she is stellar. She is a technical wizard. Next up at number 7, we have Sol Ruca. Currently 3 years into her career, Sol Ruca is definitely making waves, and pun not intended, because she has really developed her character, developed her look too, and her match against Bayley was very much a showcase into who she could become and how much progress she's had. Storytelling wise, she's fantastic. She can really tell a story in the ring, outside the ring, and promos, and her chemistry with certain wrestlers is off the charts, even on the main roster. Having that match against Bayley was huge, and she's definitely proven herself as a great wrestler on NXT, having been the Women's North American Champion. Sol Ruca has probably one of the most fun finishers in WWE overall. I just love watching her wrestle because she is such a breath of fresh air when it comes to in-ring performances in NXT. Next up, Bron Breakker. 4 years in his career, Bron Breakker is mixing it up in the world title scene. Currently, I have just watched today his match against CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. He's already gunning it up for the World Championship, so Bron Breakker has broken through. He's had his breakout moment, and Bron Breakker, everybody knows, is going to be a mainstay, going to be a main eventer, going to be main eventing WrestleMania someday. I mean, that's his whole his whole character in the vision is that he is a future WrestleMania main eventer, future world champion. And he is definitely going to get there within the next 3 years, I'd say. 3 to 4 years, Bron Breakker will be there. Next up, we have Mai Sakurai. You could have told me that she was 10 years into her career, but she's 5. Mai Sakurai is, I think, a main eventer in Marigold. And for those that don't know, Marigold is one of the Joshi Pro Wrestling promotions in Japan. It is currently one of the big 3, I'd say, because you've got TJPW, Stardom, and Marigold, I think, are the big ones. Marigold has had the appearances from Io Sky, which has garnered them a lot of views and a lot of attention. And Mai Sakurai currently in Marigold, I believe. It's been a little bit since I've watched Marigold, but last I saw, Mai Sakurai was there, and she is an incredible performer, already, world championship degree performer, already main event material. Mai Sakurai is just unbelievable to watch in the ring. She's fantastic. Her style is awesome, and definitely will be watching her a lot in Marigold. And now I'm making a big deal of watching more Joshi. TJPW, I've already watched their big show this year. I will continue to watch more Stardom, obviously, and then more Marigold. Next up, 5 years into the business, Saya Kamitani. How could you not have her on this list, having been only 5 years in her career and already as Pro Wrestler of the Year to certain outlets, heel of the year to most people. A lot of people who watch Stardom say that she is the greatest heel in wrestling right now, and I 100% agree. Her match against Tam Nakano, spoiler for my top 10 matches video, was the match of the year. Saya Kamitani has really found herself, really found her look, really found her style, really found her chutzpah as a pro wrestler. I love her. She is incredible. She has that grit, she has that energy, she has that charisma. Every little bit of it shows in the ring and outside the ring, and the fact that she's already made mainstream success in Japan is incredible. Only 5 years into her career. Next up, we have 4 years into his career, Dominic Mysterio. Dom has worldwide acclaim at this point. I'd say hemisphere acclaim, because the entire Western Hemisphere of pro wrestlers knows who Dominic Mysterio is. What started as him being a shitty heel has now become him being a beloved tweener, I'd say. Dom has, in this Judgment Day run, in this heel persona, really found himself and was in the talks by the internet wrestling community to retire John Cena. And I was among the camp that agreed with that. I think he would have made an amazing opponent for John Cena in that last run. Although he was an opponent, but I think more so the last opponent, kind of passing the torch to to Dominic Mysterio. I love that last match John Cena had, but Dom would have been another great name to put there. All right, number 2, we have Victoria Yuzuki. Another name from Marigold. Victoria Yuzuki has been somebody that I watch Marigold for. She is 1 year into her career and is a standout. I think she will be main event of a major pro wrestling company very soon, Io Sky levels of notoriety, Asuka levels of notoriety. 1 year to her career. First match I watched of her when Marigold started, I knew she would be big. She was extremely talented, still is extremely talented. She knew her look immediately, she knew her style, and she has that, like I said with Saya Kamitani, she has that grit, she has that passion, she has everything she needs to be successful in pro wrestling. And Victoria Yuzuki has just an incredible style in the ring. I think she would mesh really well with a Western company, with some of the big names out there. Even if she were to go to Stardom, she would mix it up so well with some of those big names like Saya Kamitani or Starlight Kid or Mayu Iwatani. Although she did actually mix it up with Mayu Iwatani in Marigold. I forgot Mayu went over there. Now, number 1 wrestler rookie of the year is 4 years into his career, Mascara Dorada, the current Mascara Dorada. He made an entry into the Continental Classic in AEW, and I have been blown away by every single one of his matches. I wish they would put more of an emphasis on his story because he is such a great in-ring performer. I see him in the same regard as like a Commander or Bandito, like those great luchadors that have so much potential. And Bandito, they have found that potential somewhat. I think they could do a little more with his story and character, but Mascara Dorada has really that in-ring talent that AEW needs to run with because he is incredible. I watched some of his stuff. I think he was maybe I'm thinking of Grand Metalik when he was Mascara Dorada very briefly. He made appearances in New Japan. I can't remember if this Mascara Dorada also made appearances in New Japan, but if he did, then I watched him earlier on. But I love Mascara Dorada's run in AEW. I think it's a great stage for him because he's making such a great splash. And as we've seen in AEW, you stick around long enough in those kind of mid-card positions, those bump-eating positions, you are gonna be put up if you keep showing the talent, if you keep showing up, if you keep putting in the work. There is a ladder for you to climb there, and I think Mascara Dorada will 100% be in that main event scene if they can just give him that material. He could be in that number 1 spot in terms of luchadors. And after his run in the Continental Classic, I cannot wait to see more of Mascara Dorada. All right, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to keep tuning in for the rest of these 2025 retrospectives. Soon we'll be coming up on the top 50 wrestlers of pro wrestling. Some of these on this list will be on there, so tune in for that. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.